Hey guys, this is Steve at SteveHuffPhoto.com. I'm here today in Dublin, Ireland at Castle Leslie with the OMD E-M1 camera. I'm taking a first quick video look at it. This is not a thorough video review. This is a quick first look at the camera, some lenses, the battery grip, and my thoughts after shooting it for a full day yesterday here at Castle Leslie. So let's get started. The OMD E-M1 Olympus camera right here. I shot with it all day yesterday. Gonna shoot with it today as much as I can. Yesterday we were at an Olympus event. I was at an Olympus event in Dublin, Ireland at Castle Leslie. I guess it's outside of Dublin. This beautiful castle. You can see this is my balcony view here. It's pretty gorgeous. And I was at this event with several other photographers from all over the world. There was one other from the United States here, and everybody else was from everywhere. Germany, Greece, Italy, a bunch of great people, amazing photographers, many of them who shoot the Olympus OMD, and some who shoot Nikon, some who shoot Canon, another guy who shot Leica. So it's been a great time, a great event. But today I want to share my thoughts on the Olympus OMD E-M1. Now I've already shared some images from others as well as my first thoughts on it, because I was at the US event on the Intrepid when Olympus officially launched the camera, and right now I've got some usage under my belt, even though yesterday the lighting was very flat here near Dublin. It was gray, rainy, flat. Even the images I shot with my Leica M with 50 Summilux came out flat. So I wasn't happy with the lighting. Hopefully I get some better lighting today. But I can tell you right now, right up front, and it's really no spoiler because this is probably already well known over the internet, that this camera right here, the E-M1, is the best micro 4/3 camera that you can get today, period. 2013 September. There's no other micro 4/3 camera that's going to give you what this camera gives you, and in fact there's not many other cameras on the market that will give you what this camera can give you. One of them being the amazingly incredible and technologically advanced 5-axis image stabilization carried over from the EM5. It's been slightly tweaked and improved in the EM1. You're also getting the built-in grip here, which makes it feel much better in the hand. As you can see, you get a good grip. You have all these great controls on top here. You got your movie button, your custom buttons, your dials here. They're very solid, very professional. This camera is weather sealed, so it's splash proof, freeze proof, and shock proof. I've seen it frozen in a solid block of ice. I've seen it crash to the floor, and it still worked perfectly fine. So you still have your swivel LCD, you have your nice controls in the back. The buttons have been improved. They're much larger now, so they're much easier to use than on the old EM5. Another big plus is the VF4 viewfinder, which is absolutely insanely gorgeous. You're probably not going to be able to see in the viewfinder, maybe, but it's actually, when you look through it with your eyeball, it's actually huge. It's the best electronic viewfinder I've ever seen in my lifetime. The autofocus is blazing fast on this Olympus, but it was on the EM5 as well. But I've noticed some improvements in the speed because it has now phase detect and contrast detect autofocus. You have the first professionally built micro 4/3 body with the EM1, and you can tell when you hold it that it just feels so much better than the EM5. Because of this grip alone, you're getting a nice feel to the camera. Also, there is a battery grip that adds on to the camera, and it gives you that big, you know, Nikon D4 appearance, like a mini Nikon D4 shaped camera. But also another thing that I've been using is the 12 to 40 professional zoom. This is the f2.8 constant aperture zoom from Olympus. Again, 12 to 40, which is giving you a 24 to 80 f2.8 equivalent. This is a great lens. Olympus says this exceeds the quality, at least meets, but can exceed the quality of their professional 4/3 line. So lenses like the 14 to 35 f2, 150 f2, they're saying that this is above and beyond that, or at least meets it. Splash proof, as it says right there. You can focus this down to 0.2 meters, so it kind of doubles as a macro as well. This is their professional lens, weather sealed and all the good stuff. $1,000, and it is just as good optically as lenses like the Nikon 24 to 70, Canon 24 to 70. So this is your equivalent, and you got an f2.8 constant aperture. So even if you're at 40, which is giving you 80, you're at f2.8, so that's really cool. This is an all-around general purpose lens that you can use for just about everything. I used it a lot yesterday. Of course, the 45-1.8, a must-own if you have micro 4/3, and over here is the black 75-1.8, which is gorgeous for portraits. This is probably the best prime that Olympus makes, in my opinion. The only problem is it's long. You're getting 150 millimeter equivalent, but f1.8, it's amazing. But if you want to use this Olympus OMD, let me touch on something real quick before I show you guys the Wi-Fi feature that works so well. A lot of people say, well, I can't get the depth of field I like, the shallow depth of field, because it's not a full frame sensor, it's just a micro 4/3 sensor. Well, you actually can get that depth of field you look for. Lenses like the Voigtlander f9.5 series, the 17.5, the 25, and the 42.5 f9.5, when you add these to this body, you have this humongous viewfinder with focus peaking. You can easily manually focus them, and you're going to get that shallow depth of field that you've been craving. Overall, the OMD, because of the lenses, now Olympus and Panasonic make some of the most killer lenses for any mirrorless system, hands down. Their lenses beat the Fuji lenses, their lenses beat the Sony lenses, because they have so many of them from Olympus, Panasonic, Voigtlander, third parties, that and they're such good quality. They're amazing quality. So you can get some amazing lenses for this system. Macro, fisheye, super wides. The 7 to 14 Panasonic is amazing. The Olympus 9 to 18 is amazing. Like I said, the 45, the 75. There's a 25-1.4. There's a 17-1.8. The 12 f2. There's so many amazing primes. Olympus is out for the enthusiast with this camera and this whole segment, because they're giving us, or at least they're trying to, give us all what we want. The only thing we're missing is the low light performance of the full frame and some APS-C sensors. It's not going to beat a Fuji X Pro at low light, but be honest, how many of us are out there shooting at ISO 12,000? Nobody. How many of us are out there shooting at ISO 6400? Very small percentage. So when you're using this in reality for real shooting, street shooting, anything, even in dim light, you're going to get great results. It was a little tricky shooting at dinner last night in very dim light, but I got to be honest, my Leica would have been difficult. So the OMD gives us a lot of bang for the buck. You have, if I was buying a mirrorless camera today, and I had to choose between only micro 4/3 or APS-C size sensor, I would choose the OMD E-M1 as my camera of choice, simply due to the fact that it's blazing fast, it feels great, it's professional, has all the autofocus tricks like the phase detect, contrast detect, has the amazing lenses available, and everything about it, the tilt screen, the lifetime long exposure feature, nobody else has it, and it works amazingly well. I shot some images with it last night. Wow. So if you're doing it a long exposure, you can see in real time how it's exposing. No more taking a guess and saying, oh, here's 2 minutes. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, let's go 3 minutes. Oh, that didn't work. Let's go 2.5 minutes. You can see in real time exactly what you're getting. So Olympus packed everything into this body. They asked me yesterday what criticisms I have, and I said, well, I haven't used it enough to find any. I love the E-M5, and the E-M1 improves on the E-M5 in almost every conceivable way. So you have a new sensor. It is a new sensor, I confirmed. So everything about it has been improved over the E-M5. It's a little bigger, but that's because of the grip and all these extra controls that feel great. Shutter button, your dials, your control dial that locks into place with this solid click button here. You have your quick menus here, your AF and your metering, HDR and frame rate and self-timer modes. They're all right here at the touch of a button. So the E-M5 is Olympus's professional Micro Four Thirds. I'm giving it a thumbs up right here. Add in the lenses, add in everything about it. The usability, I hate to say this because I get attacked, but the usability kills the Fuji X series. The Fuji X series is nice in image quality if you have good light. You can shoot in low light, but they're flat. But the bottom line is the Fujis are quirky, they're slow, they miss focus. They're not fully matured yet. That's the problem. In 1 or 2 years, the Fujis will be fully matured. Right now, this is as mature as you can get. There's nothing wrong with this camera whatsoever. Those who dismiss it never used it, never gave it a chance, or used something like a crappy kit lens with it. You have to use good lenses with a camera like this. So would I take this over the Panasonic GX7? I love the Panasonic GX7's looks, but this camera does beat it in performance, speed, usability, 5-axis, live time. There's so many cool features that Olympus comes up with that are revolutionary. It's incredible. So I would highly recommend the Olympus OMD as a mirrorless choice. I would choose it over the Fujis and the Sonys, the Samsungs, all of those. This would be, and you know what? I pre-ordered one, so I have one coming in a week or two to my house. The lenses I'll use with it most likely will be maybe the Voigtlander, maybe the 21.7 Panasonic is amazing and will keep it nice and compact. But the Olympus OMD E-M1 is the real deal, guys. It's fast, it works, and it's an OMD. You know, if you love the OMD, you're gonna like it. So enough with my yipper yapper chatter. I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to hook up to the Wi-Fi of the E-M1. Okay, before I show you the Wi-Fi, I'm going to show you, I put the battery grip on and the 45-1/8 lens. You can see what it looks like. It's pretty hefty with that battery grip, but it's still much, much smaller than a DSLR, and actually performs in usability, in my opinion, faster and better. But there it is with the battery grip and the lens. So I'm going to show you the Wi-Fi feature, which is really cool. And what I like about it is the ease of which you connect your smartphone device to the camera. So I have already downloaded to my iPhone the Olympus app, which is called OI Share, Olympus Share right here. It's going to open up and you're going to have options: remote control, import photos, edit photo, add geotag. Now I'm going to have to go to the camera and turn on the Wi-Fi. So it says Wi-Fi starting, and it's going to come up with a QR code that I'm going to scan with my phone by pressing easy setup down here. So then my phone says scan, so I'm going to press scan. It's going to open up a box, and I'm going to put this over the QR code of the camera. It should focus. There we go, it found it. Next it says install. So I have to go to the Wi-Fi settings here on my camera and choose the E-M1 in the Wi-Fi, because the E-M1 is creating a Wi-Fi network. So once that connects, I go back to the app, and let's see if there it is. It's on. So it just came up and said on. So check this out. Say I want to take the photos that are on my E-M1 memory card and bring them over to my phone. Boom! Check that out. I was messing around this morning with the 9-18, taking some shots of my Leica M in Ireland here. But you can see all the images that are on your SD card. They load in pretty quickly here. And so say I want to browse what I have, what I took some shots yesterday. You just browse through your images here. And there you go. Pretty cool. So you can see what you have, and what's really cool is if you find one that you really like, you can import it right to your camera roll, saving. And then once you do that with all the images that you want saved, this way if you want to send one instantly to Facebook, you could just send it right to your smartphone. Boom, you're right up. So I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi on the camera. It went off and I'm done. You can also remote control the camera, edit photos, and add a geotag. So there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with the Wi-Fi feature of the E-M1. So I love the Wi-Fi implementation. I love everything about this camera. So again, you're not going to equal a full frame performance camera. You're not going to go out there and get shots like you can with a Canon 6D and an 85L. You're not going to get shots like you can with a Leica M and a 50 Summilux. But you can get close depending on the lens you use. So some people say the OMD E-M1 is expensive, but with all of the tech that's packed into this guy and all of the features, you really don't need any other camera. There's professionals, top dollar wedding professionals. There was a guy here, he shoots a dozen weddings a year. He uses the OMD E-M5, and his clients are thrilled with the work. I saw some street photographers here. Their work blew me away. One guy was showing me his work, and I could have swore he was using a full frame Canon, and I'm like, oh, what Canon do you use? He used the OMD. So there's another guy who does some amazing work with the OMD E-M5 and the little 9-18 lens, and I thought it was a full frame camera, some of the work he was showing me, and it was with the E-M5. So there are pros out there using it, they're making money, and they're not complaining. The only ones who complain about cameras like this are those who never used it, never gave it a chance, or just used like a kit lens with it. If you use the kit lens, like the 14-42, forget it. It's not going to give you anything special. But once you start adding lenses like the 12-40 and the 75-1.8 and the 9-18 and the 45-1.8, you have a really cool, capable, small system. Yes, this is much smaller than a DSLR. I just carried around a Canon 6D with a couple of L lenses and it killed my back. This is like mini in comparison, and it's faster to focus and has some cooler features than that Canon. So there you go. There's my first look at the OMD E-M1. The menus are the same, besides, you know, there's some new features, but it was in the E-M5 as well, the lifetime. But it's a great camera, guys. I highly recommend it. I'm going to be shooting with it more, and I'm going to have a full written review. This is not my review. This is just a look at it. I'm going to have my full written review over at stevehufffphoto.com with tons of images and my full thoughts and conclusion on the OMD E-M1. You can pre-order this camera, order this camera over at Amazon, B&H, Pop Flash sells it. So you can get this camera anywhere. Now, if you follow the links on my website or in the description below, you can help me out and keep my site going and growing. So thanks again, everybody. Check back to stevehufffphoto.com each and every day for something new, inspirational, and cool. See you later. Bye from Dublin. Bye.